Hisense PX3-PRO. This laser projector blasts out colors so rich, you will swear your living room is auditioning for an IMAX theater gig. The built-in Harman Kardon sound will rattle your snacks, but let's be honest, those blacks still look a little gray, like a goth at a beach party, packed with features and bright enough to handle any lighting showdown. But at this price, it should make you popcorn too, so not quite a steal. 7 out of 10. Samsung Premier 9 LSU9D. This thing shows up in your living room ready to shine with a triple laser light show that is so bright, your neighbor might call the sun for backup. Setting it up is a breeze, but for all that cash, you would expect deeper blacks and a bit less rainbow DLP drama. Great for casual viewing and the design is dead stylish, but only a Samsung fan will ignore the missing Dolby Vision and pay extra for the big brand. 6 out of 10. XGIMI Halo Plus. Small enough to hide in your backpack, but somehow big enough to wow a picnic crowd with punchy visuals and auto keystone magic. Stream as you please. Unless you are a Netflix addict, then you might end up rage scrolling for a workaround, thanks to licensing drama. It is clever and feature-packed for road warriors, but the laggy OS and high price knock a couple stars off this portable party piece. 6 out of 10. Sony VPL-XW5000ES. Sony's VPL-XW5000ES shines brighter than my future career in interpretive dance, tossing out a gorgeous, razor-sharp native 4K ultra cinematic picture that'll make your old TV weep with envy. But don't get too comfy. While the black levels and dynamic range are breathtaking, the manual lens controls are so old school, you'll feel like you need a diploma in patience, and dark HDR scenes can sometimes play hide-and-seek with detail. Still, if you want a superb laser projector with color so rich, you'll be tempted to lick the screen, this is the one. If it had motorized lens memory and 4K gaming, it'd get a perfect score, so I'm giving it 8 out of 10. AWOL Vision LTV-3000 Pro. The AWOL Vision LTV-3000 Pro blasts out an image so bright, you can use it with the curtains wide open and still catch every pore on your favorite actor's face. Seriously, 3000 lumens, Dolby Vision, and a sound system with more watts than my last 3 toasters combined. Ultra-short throw magic means it can sit 6 inches from the wall, which is closer than the average houseplant, but the price tag might make your wallet faint, and the basic software is about as advanced as a potato. For dazzling picture and versatile placement that'll wow any guest, if you don't mind the cost and an occasionally awkward remote. It's a solid 7 out of 10. Epson QB1000. Epson's QB1000 is the projector equivalent of a Swiss Army knife. Native 120Hz gaming, ultra-tweakable color controls, insanely bright 3,300 lumens, and a lens that's so motorized, it wouldn't look out of place on a spaceship. The colors are nearly perfect out of the box, it's easy to install without breaking your back, and the quiet fan means you won't have to crank up the volume just to drown out the background hum. Sure, it's big and not as sleek as Sony, but for the price and the flexibility, it nails home cinema and gaming. So that's an enthusiastic 8 out of 10. JMGO O2S Ultra. Look out! Couch potatoes. The JMGO O2S Ultra brings true 4K right from a shoebox-sized beast that sits practically nose to wall, blasting a 100-inch screen from just under 6 inches away. Bright, bold colors pop even with the lights on. And Google TV plus Dolby Vision make you feel fancy enough to charge guests for movie night. If you want punchy images and a tiny footprint with none of the usual projector fuss, this clever laser box more than delivers. 8 out of 10. Samsung the Freestyle 2nd Gen. This little guy is the ultra-portable king of gaming and streaming, stacking party tricks like voice control and on-the-ceiling projection, but hold up. You get only regular HD, not 4K, and brightness is more flashlight than floodlight. It's fun, quirky, and perfect for picnics, but in daylight you'll squint through a movie like you lost a bet. If you care more about size and features than high-def sharpness, this is your ticket to flavor over clarity. 5 out of 10. Formovie Theater. With its ultra-short throw, triple laser engine, and enough color punch to make Pixar jealous, the Formovie Theater projects a massive 150-inch 4K image just inches from your wall. Even if you have less space than your neighbor's shoe closet, it crushes contrast, handles Dolby Vision and sound like a boss, and has so many smart features that your TV may never forgive you if you upgrade. You do need to keep the room dark for peak magic, but movie lovers, this one's worth fighting for. 9 out of 10. ViewSonic PX701 4K. This budget 4K wonder comes dressed to party with super bright visuals that fend off even the rudest daylight, but its color accuracy is like a toddler with a crayon, wild and unpredictable. Gamers will love the lightning-fast lag, but if you want those cinematic hues, you better keep your expectations low or pack a screwdriver for some serious calibration. At the end of the day, it is entry-level, and it absolutely shows, so don't expect any wow moments, just some big screen action for not much coin. 6 out of 10. XGIMI Horizon Ultra. The Horizon Ultra shows up as the life of the tech party with a dazzling 2300 lumen punch and snazzy features like Google TV and automatic screen setup that actually work. It's as bright and easy as your extroverted friend who always brings snacks. But behind all that flair lurks a tragic flaw: blacks that look more like charcoal gray, and contrast so soft it needs a pep talk, plus a few quirky design choices that say forgot the Netflix button. Whoops! Still, the colors are vibrant, it runs whisper quiet, and if you prize convenience and style over pure cinema, this one's a keeper, but not a king. 7 out of 10. Epson Pro Cinema LS12000. This projector practically declares independence from your local cinema with wild bright laser power, razor-sharp images, and contrast so rich you'll spot details Batman himself would have missed in the dark. The setup is flexible, the color pops in every mode, and the fan barely whispers, making even daylight screenings an indulgence. Just don't look for Netflix built in unless you want a side quest. With a hefty price tag, it demands commitment, but delivers visuals so cinematic that your couch may officially become the best seat in the house. 9 out of 10. JVC DLA-NZ7. This chunky beast rolls into your home theater wearing its all-glass lens and flexing native contrast, like it's starring in its own action movie. The black levels are so deep you may wonder if you're watching a wormhole instead of a film. Plus, dynamic tone mapping keeps your blockbusters bright and beautiful. So setup is not for the faint of heart. Sure, the out-of-box color accuracy could use a pep talk, but once calibrated, this thing turns every screening into an award ceremony, and you just saved $1,000 over a comparable Sony. 9 out of 10. Hisense C2 Ultra. This portable powerhouse fires up with triple laser brightness and color so vibrant, Netflix may ask for a cameo in your living room. The sound packs a punch, and the image correction wizardry means you can plonk it down almost anywhere, even outdoors, and still get glorious detail. Just don't trip over the mains cable. Forget the old days of fuzzy, dim projectors. This one's a legitimate TV killer that handles action, shadows, and even gaming with wild clarity. It's fun-sized and ready for prime time. 8 out of 10. LG Cinebeam P700R. It's tiny, it's stylish, and it'll fit on your coffee table like a posh lamp. But don't let that fool you. This 4K projector punches out images up to 120 inches and offers enough color modes to make your aunt's vintage Polaroid jealous. The LED shines shockingly bright for its size and lasts longer than most relationships. But blue-tinged skin tones and a giant power brick keep it from rom-com perfection. For movie nights on the patio or in cramped apartments, it's practical and fun if you don't need high-end adjustability. Bring snacks, not expectations. 7 out of 10. BenQ TK710? This little powerhouse serves up epic brightness with laser energy, turning your living room into a light-blasted entertainment cave where even your goldfish could watch Netflix. Gaming? The input lag is so low you could probably beat your own reflexes. But do not expect perfect blacks. This thing is as shy about dark scenes as your cat during thunderstorms. Its colors pop and the setup is hassle-free. But if you want true cinematic depth, you might find yourself adjusting settings faster than you change socks. 7 out of 10. BenQ HE3560. Whoa, this chunky fella throws down some razor-sharp 4K images in true BenQ style, making your movies look so crisp you could slice onions on them. The color accuracy is shockingly good out of the box, and the blacks are deeper than your existential dread during a Monday morning meeting, but fan noise can be, let's say, just noisy enough to join your podcast playlist. It has all the ports you need and vertical lens shift for flexible setup, but for gaming, consider it more popcorn companion than marathon champ. 8 out of 10. Optoma UHZ55. The Optoma UHZ55 spits out gloriously sharp, punchy images that make Taylor Swift's sequins pop harder than your last birthday balloon. Color vibrancy slaps, and it actually pulls off pretty impressive shadow detail, but the built-in sound system is so weak, you'll want to mute it faster than your mom's old ringtone. Setup is breezy, and it juggles both gaming and movies decently well, so overall, it's the multitasker your home theater never knew it wanted. 8 out of 10. Epson Home Cinema LS11000. This light cannon brings movie night right into your living room, blasting out a dazzlingly crisp and rich image that somehow makes popcorn taste better. The laser engine hums quietly in the background while pixel-shifting magic works overtime to serve up a picture that's sharper than your uncle's conspiracy theories. Gaming on it is a dream, with low input lag and buttery smooth refresh rates, but don't expect it to clean up your losing streak. 8 out of 10. JVC DLA-NZ700. JVC's beefy black box is basically the strong silent type at your next cinema party, packing native 4K chips and laser-powered brightness that makes you wish your walls were a little wider. The deep black function dives deeper than your last failed relationship, and the wide color coverage punches every pixel with ferocious accuracy. But gamers will cry in their snack bowls over slow input lag and no high frame rates. When JVC drops the ball, It's not for movies, but for fragging foes, so cinephiles get the last laugh. 7 out of 10. BenQ W5800. BenQ's laser marvel wants to be the home theater hero, dazzling with color accuracy and image sharpness that'll make you squint like you're looking at the sun, but it can stumble in the shadows. Black levels play hide and seek, and HDR needs adult supervision if you want highlight perfection. Setup is a breeze, build feels rock solid, and you get all the color you could ask for, as long as you're not trying to game the system. Input lag is high enough to be considered a nap. At $6,000, your wallet will groan louder than the audience in a bad rom-com. 6 out of 10. Nexigo Aurora Pro. This ultra-short throw dazzles with colors so rich you'll feel like you're living inside a Pixar movie, until you realize that, just like your houseplants, it wilts in bright daylight. It plays nicer with dark rooms, and the black levels nearly rival OLED, but those soft corners keep you reaching for your glasses. Blurry edges are this projector's way of teaching spatial awareness. Still, with top-tier HDR magic and impressive sound, it's a killer home theater that only wants to party after sunset. 7 out of 10. Epson Home Cinema 3800. This workhorse blasts out enough brightness to fight off sunlight, all while sidestepping those annoying rainbow effects that wreck movie nights, so your buddy's Technicolor nightmares are safe. The color is punchy, setup is a breeze, and it stretches out comfortably over a giant wall. But deep blacks and razor-sharp focus belong to fancier clubs. It doesn't quite deliver native 4K, but your eyes probably won't notice, and neither will your wallet. 8 out of 10. JVC DLA-NZ500. Now we're in cinephile territory. Native 4K, swoon-worthy black levels, and HDR tone mapping so dynamic it could convince you you've built a boutique cinema in your living room. The downsides: price tag that makes you wince, no Dolby Vision, and you can forget about 3D unless you like imagination glasses. For pure image quality and color accuracy, this is the snob's choice and worth every penny if your budget laughs in the face of practical compromises. 9 out of 10. BenQ X3-100E. Gaming projectors wish they were this cool. The BenQ X3-100i slaps massive 4K visuals onto your wall with more colors than a candy store and blinding brightness that brings daylight energy even when you watch at midnight. Fast-paced gaming feels snappy thanks to some seriously low input lag, but black scenes sometimes fall a little flat, so nighttime horrors may look mildly haunted instead of scary. If you want a vibrant movie marathon or furious FIFA tournament, this bad boy brings the party and then some. 8 out of 10. Epson Epic Vision Ultra LS800. The LS800 is brighter than my future. It dishes out ultra-short throw laser magic to make rooms look like private cinemas, even with the lights fighting back. Its out-of-the-box color and contrast are mini miracles, but things get a little mushy when the lights go down, and black levels tap out just before real Hollywood drama kicks in. Still, for living rooms and most TV nights, it's a blockbuster that can ditch your aging flat screen. Unless your inner cinephile demands premium pitch-black perfection. 8 out of 10. Nexigo PJ40 Gen 3. The Nexigo PJ40 Gen 3 arrives talking big but kicks things off with a native 1080p heart that pretends to handle 4K with some cheeky downsampling voodoo. Colors are decent for what you pay, but brightness can't hold up against daylight, so cave-dwelling movie nights are your best bet. Just don't expect jaw-dropping visuals or flawless corners. For a first projector and easy watching, it's okay, but if you want real 4K fireworks, look elsewhere and bring a flashlight. 5 out of 10. Vision Master Pro 2. The Vision Master Pro 2 waltzes onto the scene claiming crisp 4K magic, but its brightness and color accuracy stumble like a clown at a tech circus, leaving true cinema lovers reaching for sunglasses and wishing for richer reds. Watching your favorite shows feels less like a blockbuster and more like grandma's slide projector from 1982. With contrast that makes shadows look like polite suggestions. Unless you love disappointment in ultra-high definition, this one's a solid 3 out of 10.